Hola, amores, ¿cómo están? Cuéntame, dime algo. Dime por qué ustedes vienen a ver mis videos. Tell me, why do you all come to my channel? Because muchos de ustedes quieren hablar, o sea, sonar como si fuera alguien de la República Dominicana. Básicamente quieren un acento dominicano because you would like to sound as if you're from the Dominican Republic or you want to have that Dominican accent. I'm going to give a couple of tips what I think can help get you there. I did one video a long time ago about Dominican Spanish, and that's what took this channel off. And here I am because you guys keep coming back for it, so I'm just giving you more of that. So, a veces yo veo en los comentarios que eso es lo que ustedes quieren. Quieren hablar así. Sometimes I look at my comment section, and that's what you all want. You want to sound that way. Now, before I give you a couple of tips, I think it's all your personal choice on what kind of accent you would like to have. Most of you know that if you study in school, they're probably going to promote Spanish from Mexico or Spanish from Spain because the Dominican Republic is in the Caribbean. So, of course, there is this Caribbean accent that's there. It's similar to English. You'll hear an accent from someone from the Caribbean that speaks in English, right? So it's similar to that. So that's, probably I would say one of the top reasons that if people tell you, oh, you need to get a certain accent, it probably doesn't come up on the top of the list, and that will be one reason why. And that's not saying one is better than the other. But here's my tip for you. The number one thing to understand about Spanish as spoken there, and for that matter, nearby countries, is that there's a lot of pronunciation in terms of letters that just aren't pronounced. And I've talked about this before. The S is a big one. The S is not pronounced. In certain cases, where an R would be, it would sound like an L. And so those little things is what makes more of that accent. So understanding what letters are typically taken out or omitted or not pronounced at all is going to help you have that accent. And if you want to know more of what those letters are, I have a playlist. Look for the playlist that says, I think, Learn Dominican Spanish, and you'll see that there's a lot of talk about the omittance of letters. So learning those letters is key. The second thing that I want to bring up is the flow. I did a video, it's one of my last 10 videos, where I am explaining the flow, and I'm using two sound bites, one from Fausto Mata, and the other one is coming from A La Foque Radio show of a woman that's talking. And you can hear between the two sound bites that there is a particular flow, and one flow is and remember it was porque me llama boque de piano. Yeah, porque me llama boque de piano. And the other one was da 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 da. Yo llamé a mi mamá, me dijo ta 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 ta. Y eso es lo que pasó. I just made up something there. That was not really a full sentence. But that's another thing that makes the accent. The other thing that I'm going to bring up is, most importantly, that regardless of what kind of accent you want, you have to get fluent with speaking Spanish, generally speaking. And you have to be able to listen and understand Spanish generally. So no matter how much you may want to have the accent and things like that, you have to be fluent in Spanish first. Now, I'm not saying that you won't be able to carry some conversations or some greetings and things like that, but it's going to be a lot easier for you if you can speak Spanish, and then you start to develop that accent, if that makes sense. So you have to work on generally speaking Spanish. Tienen que practicar hablando español. There's no around it. So there's that. And then the last thing is what is going to be helpful in getting a Dominican accent or sounding more from the area is the word choices, expressions that you use, as well as slang. So remember that slang, expressions, and word choices help define you sounding more with that accent or from the area. So hopefully that makes sense of what I'm saying. I was trying to see if I can give you an example. So some things with greetings. Again, in my playlist, Learn Dominican Spanish, you see tons of greetings. Some of those greetings are primo. You know, you see your friend across the street and you just yell primo, que lo que, que lo que. You see, that is what makes you have more that accent, or make it seem more as if you're familiar with the island. Que lo que, cuéntame, dámelo, dímelo. Expressions, greetings. There was something else. Oh, certain words. So, a word I shared the other day, cereal. It doesn't matter what kind of cereal you're going to have. If you're going to eat cereal, cereal is cornflake. Cornflake. It doesn't matter what kind of cereal it is. It's going to be cornflake. Could be Raisin Bran, but it's cornflake. Could be Trix, corn pops, cornflake. T-shirts, poloche. It's polo shirt, but it's coming out as poloche. That's a shirt. So those are the type of things that I'm talking about. So those are about 4 tips that I gave you, and if anything, like all of it helps play a role of how you sound more with the accent, or how it sounds like you're more familiar with the island. But the biggest one that I will stress out is the third point that I made about tienes que aprender español. Tienes que aprender cómo hablar español. You have to practice just generally speaking Spanish. And then I think it's going to start being more helpful afterwards to be able to fit in expressions and pronunciation, things like that. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you for the support. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm trying to put out more videos, and I can only do that if you continue to do those things. Also, remember, I have a 2025 planner. It's on Amazon. It's bilingual Spanish, español. Ya está. Like, go check it out. It's in the description. Como siempre, gracias por ver este video, and I'll see you in the next one.